I recently realized that you guys are really into videos on extracurriculars, but more specifically what I recommend you should be doing during your summers. And I've been seeing this through my DMs, my comments, and just how you guys interact with my videos. So today I decided that I would follow Gurkaraya's, sorry if I'm butchering your name, suggestion and dive into the different summer programs or activities during the summer that I would recommend doing if you're interested in bio or science research in general. You don't need to follow this completely to a T. This is just a general outline of what I believe to be the strongest progression of your summers and best way to use your summers. Last disclaimer, I actually just answered a comment about this. Most summer programs actually offer some sort of financial aid or summer programs at the caliber of what I am recommending and suggesting to you guys. So do not be discouraged about finances. For the most part, if you get into these programs, they're gonna help work with your families to figure out a way to get you there. For the summer after your freshman year and before your sophomore year of high school, your goal should be to either get ahead academically or discover what you want to spike or specialize in. So the first route is by doing a bunch of smaller summer programs in different areas. So these summer programs are going to be 2 to 3 weeks long, and you are going to be diving into little topics. So a short program on math, and then something about how drugs get made and developed, or then another smaller program with astronomy and physics. So just so you get a good spread of the different sciences and what you may or may not be interested in the future. I found it really helpful because my freshman year I was kind of flirting with the idea of maybe specializing in math. And after doing that program, I was like, nope, not for me. Do not want to spend the next few years of my life living off of proofs. Honestly, I get a lot of DMs from people who don't know what they want to spike in, what they want to pursue in high school, college, and beyond. And I think the summer is super, super important to try a little bit of everything and really know what you truly want. Another place I looked at was Brown and UPenn. But again, you guys should double check and do your own research to make sure that you are truly going after the best opportunities out there available to you. The second option for the summer is to study and get ahead academically. So maybe that looks like attending a summer intensive where you learn AP biology or a year's worth of AP chemistry in a summer. So these resources are all available to you. You can do them in a physical program where you live on a university campus and actually have a teacher. You can also do them online. That could be a great use of your corona time. I guess the biggest things that you need to look out for in that, you want to make sure that your high school is going to accept the credits of your hard work one way or another, and you want to make sure that you actually have the motivation to finish what you start out. For the summer after your sophomore year and before your junior year, your goal is to get ahead in your spike and give yourself the best chances of getting into a prestigious program or a very well-known lab the following summer. If you go the summer research program route, this program is going to be shorter than the ones that you're going to have the following summer, and these are going to be less known. If you guys are curious about the specific programs that I chose and how they played into my general narrative of extracurriculars, you can check out my video on the extracurriculars that got me into Columbia. Great programs for this summer are going to be, I'm going to butcher this name, Einstein Montefiore High School Summer Research Program, the Dana-Farber / Harvard Cancer Center Continuing Umbrella of Research Experiences, UT at Austin Summer High School Research Academy. I attended RPI's research experience for high school students. I really enjoyed it. I liked the lab that I was in, had a great mentor, and I also really liked the community that was there. It was just a really nice melting pot, and I still talk to people there. I Snapchat 3 people from that program still, and I have a Netflix party with my roommate from that program tonight. Again, programs are great. Socially, networking, all that good stuff. Now, if you don't think that you can swing the whole summer research program thing, that is okay. You can try joining a local lab and just making sure that as you're interviewing with labs and you're talking to mentors, making sure that they are actually going to teach you lab techniques and lab skills rather than having you just sit there and they can collect extra grant money or just having you like clean glassware and stuff. So just be careful about how you integrate into a lab and make sure to do lots of interviews and talk to a bunch of different PIs. Another note about joining a local lab, do not just stay there for the summer. That is a waste of an amazing opportunity. Nowadays, for you to have competitive research in science fairs, you need to be doing that research for at least a whole year. It's very rare nowadays that you see research done entirely through a program actually do well at science fairs just because it takes longer. So those who actually do either spend 16-hour days in the lab during their research program, or they stay after the program or stay connected somehow to the research they were doing initially, either doing it remotely somehow or they live close enough to that lab that they can continue doing that research. If you guys are finding this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. It not only lets me know that you guys like these types of videos, but it helps my channel grow. Alright, let's keep going in the video. For the summer, after your junior year and before your senior year, your goal is to get credentials that are as prestigious as possible. And there are two main ways of doing that in research. The first would be to join a very well established and prestigious summer program, and the second would be to continue doing research in a lab that you were previously at, with the goal of either getting published, being able to present at a conference, submitting your research to Regeneron STS, ISCF, and competitions like that. I am personally a big fan of the prestigious summer program route just because there's less guesswork and uncertainty. It doesn't matter as much that you get amazing results at the end of the summer. It's more about the fact that you were able to get into the program, and just having that program on your college application is going to make admissions officers do a double take, because college admissions officers do recognize certain programs. Some programs are known for sending lots of kids to IVs and IV types. Other programs are well known for giving great competition-worthy research. You get to spend a summer surrounded by people who are also genuinely passionate about and curious about research. And you guys can just help each other grow. It's also just a great network that you can touch base with. I went to HSHSP. If you guys want to know more about what that application process was like, or what that program process was also like, you can check out my video on things you should know before you apply to HSHSP. We're still a community. I still Snapchat a bunch of people from the program, and we just had a Zoom reunion like last week. So as requested, I'm going to list off different programs based on their level of prestige. These are programs that I recommend for the summer after your junior year, so this is going to be different than what I previously said. So the most prestigious program that you could attend the summer after junior year is RSI. It stands for the Research Summer Institute. It's over at MIT, and boy, are those kids amazing. I'm going to be reading a little excerpt from What High Schools Don't Tell You and Other Parents Don't Want You to Know. This was my basic college admissions Bible back when I was in high school. Definitely recommend it. I will link it down below. One of the biggest names in structured science research programs is RSI. The 6-week summer program offers rising seniors the opportunity to conduct original research at MIT. A student who gets into RSI becomes very desirable to the most competitive colleges and often ends up at MIT or Harvard. You basically get to explore projects of your choice, and admission is extremely competitive. More than 1,000 apply and only 75 get picked. Now, I don't know what those stats are recently. This book was published in 2007, so I'm going to assume that RSI has gotten a lot more competitive since then. RSI graduates tend to fare disproportionately well in Intel STS, now Regeneron STS. So that's the rundown on RSI. The application deadline is super early. I believe it's like early January, late December, so you don't want to miss that. I'm personally biased for HSHSP. This program claims to be the oldest continuously run high school research program in the country, and this program has produced many award winners at Intel, aka Regeneron, Siemens, and ISCF. It's only open to rising seniors, and there were over 300 applicants my year for 20 spots. Admission is based on previous coursework, recommendations, an essay, demonstration of out-of-school science reading, that is true, and enthusiasm, also true. This program seeks to bring in kids from all over the country, also true. Other programs that are really prestigious, Clark at Texas Tech, MITES, I think is how you say it. It's at MIT, and it's for minorities who want to explore engineering and science. Those are going to be your Reach summer programs. More likely programs would be BU Rise, an internship at the NIH, or the UC Davis Young Scholars Program. I'm sure there are a ton of other programs. You can find a bunch of other awesome programs in here. Another great place for you to find summer programs for the summer after your junior year is actually this blog post from MIT Admissions itself. One of the admissions officers compiled a list of really awesome summer programs that you should look into. Again, this list is actually pretty old. It's from '07, but most of these programs are still running and they are still really prestigious to this date. It's also a pretty good indication that if these admissions officers are willing to endorse these summer programs, they are very well going to recognize them and respect them on a college application. Putting this all together, how do summer programs actually play into your college application? Now, these are going to be listed on your activities list, so having the names of the programs, then you can also list how prestigious it was in the form of the acceptance rate, things like that. That's going to help you out. I also put more information on my activities in an additional information section. You can check out my advice and tips for that. So on your activities list, you're going to have a track record in science research, and have a track record of people who saw your potential and invested in you, which is going to make you a much safer bet in the long run. Second, you have the opportunity to submit 2 extra letters of recommendation from PIs. So it's really awesome, and it also has more weight to it than a high school teacher. Finally, the most interesting part is that you can actually write them in your supplements. You can demonstrate your passion for science, and you can highlight the research that you did in your supplements, and that's going to make you a lot more interesting as an applicant. If you're curious about how I weaved in my summer research into my college applications, you can check out my video on the killer essays that I used to get into Columbia. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram if you guys have more specific questions, and also comment questions down below or video suggestions. I am more than happy to help you guys out. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!